Need to click that one, then that one.
Gentlemen, something new from Focus 3?
What? I believe this beverage has produced an emotional response.
Really? What are you feeling?
I am uncertain. Because I have had little experience with emotion, I am unable to articulate the sensation.
Emotion?
I'll explain later.
Ooh. Well, it looks like he hates it.
Yes, that is it. I hate this.
David, I think the chip is working.
Oh, yes. I hate this. It is revolting.
More?
Please.
More? Please. Welcome, everyone, to episode 5 of Whiskey Track, where we're going to be talking about some of those weird and wonderful bottles that we have in our collection, or drinks that we've had in the past, that have given us that kind of weird reaction. And we're also going to talk about some bottles that, if we had to put them on 10 forward, what would we pick out of our collection that would fit in the Star Trek universe? And to welcome on our journey, we've got the one and only cobbler to make sure that my shoes and boots are polished to pristine quality. Ensign Joe, how you doing, mate?
Good, but you keep giving me so many boots that I can't keep up.
Well, I got to keep you busy, you know. We haven't done too many away missions, so you're stuck on the ship. You got to have something to do. So I'm giving you all my boots. And number 1, the commander, the boss, the one and only that looks after the ship when I can't be bothered.
When you're
How you
asleep.
doing?
I'm doing well at the moment.
At the moment, excellent. Oh, we've got an outdoor. Someone's on location. Someone's beamed off the ship and is doing a science experiment.
She's in the holodeck.
I'm on Riza.
Oh,
For some.
It's hard to tell, but there's
How are you
mountains
doing
behind.
on this fine morning?
It's awesome
Yes.
outside, so I'm like, I'm gonna sit outside.
Well,
doing
where
good.
I am, I need to talk to the chief because my quarters are a bit cold. I need the heat to be turned up. Life support system does not seem to be working. I like it a
seems to
bit
be-
warm,
there seems to
especially
be
being from
variations.
Kronos. Yeah. Being from Kronos, I like it a bit warmer than most people, but anyway.
Yeah, there's variations between the decks. We're having issues with that.
Yeah.
It's
We
been
need to
reports
get
all over
our
the
chief
ship.
onto that. And that's just not good enough. Not good enough. So, I know that no one else is having something in their glass, but I certainly am. So I'm starting with one of those oddball whiskies. Tale of Cake. A weird name,
Right?
a weird description, and kind of a weirdish taste that I still kind of can't decide. I don't know
Okay.
about this, but I seem to like it because I just keep drinking it. So yeah,
Is
one of
it a
those.
Scotch then, finished in something weird? Or?
It's a Scotch. Yeah, it's finished in Tokaj or Tokaji. It's a weird
Tokaji?
Tokaji. Yeah, Tokaji. It's a grape. Where is it? I don't remember. I think it's somewhere in the Middle East. I think. No, it sounds like it's Japanese, but it's not. It's actually in the Middle East somewhere. I can't remember.
Oh.
What kind of weird this. It's a dessert
that's
wine. Yeah, kind of somewhere. But yeah, it's very interesting because when they actually did those casks, Dr. Bill Lumsden, when they was actually talking about it, trying to describe it, and then everyone else was saying, well, that's like layers of cake and stuff. So that's how they came out with the marketing campaign of the cake. It was something that was done after they actually did the casks. So yeah, but it's very interesting and weird, and It's kind of nice, so I keep drinking it. And I'm glad I got another bottle.
Nice. Oh,
Nice.
is Donald Rant saying it's a Hungarian dessert wine?
Oh, that's it. Thank you, Donald. Yes.
Yeah.
Why are you not in here, Donald?
Right?
Table cake is finished in the same cast. Yes, exactly. It's been a good morning.
Yes.
And we got Cheech, and we got a bunch of other people.
Ah, God, Cheech
Why
is
is
here.
Donald not in here? Cheech is here.
Slacking.
Aaron's here. Even it's all Simon. G'day, Simon. Nice. Welcome. Oh, that's birds. That riser is definitely pretty damn nice. I'm liking the sound of that. I think the birds will have flown away from here, going north. So, another bottle that I would definitely have to describe as... I wouldn't say it's an oddball, but I'd certainly... Oh, you're still at work? Ah, fair enough. No worries. I didn't think that this bottle would be anything special because it's just Johnny Walker. And when I got this, it took me about 4 months for us to review it because every time we thought about it, we went, nah, it's just Johnny Walker. It's going to be garbage. I don't want anything to do with it. And we just put it off and put it off and put it off. And eventually we decided to do it. And now I have 4 bottles and I'm halfway through my second bottle. And I've told everyone about it. So this bottle is definitely was certainly not what I expected. It's 50% ABV, and they brought it out last year for the celebration of Johnny Walker, the 200 celebratory blend. So this one, impressive, and I really wish that Diageo and Johnny Walker actually would get around to actually making some decent whiskey like this instead of that normal blended garbage that they push out, because this for a blend is quite impressive at a decent price too. And awesome packaging. I mean, look at this. How cool is that? That is so cool.
That is nice.
It is very nice. And it's all magnetic. It's got some decent magnets in there, so it sticks together quite well. It doesn't fall apart. Quite solid too. I like it. So yeah, if only they'd make more stuff like that. So if you ever come across one of them, worth a grab. Quite nice. G'day, Frederick. How you doing, mate? Oh, Ben's here. Hey, Ben. If you go into Whiskey Trek, actually, I'll make sure. No, I can't. Damn it. Do you want to come in, Ben? Since you're now our chief Alcard technician. Even though he hasn't put in his official application, but I have spoken to him personally and looked at his resume. His application did look quite good, so I think we should I saw a bottle. Alright, so who's got their first oddball bottle? Do it. Who's got an oddball bottle?
Okay. So I'm going to branch out of the whiskey world because I'm thinking of all spirits world. And I think one of the spirits that's going to continue to exist is going to be a nice gin. Oops. So I got to get in front of me. So this is Alchemist gin. And it's got a really neat bottle. So it definitely would probably be on that bar.
Cool. So that's going to be a bar bottle?
Yep. This is a bar bottle. And again, it's just a nice quality kind of flowery gin that's you could probably drink straight if you wanted to.
Yep. I like a good gin that does that. I try to stay away from all my other obscure stuff. I was just going to stay in the whiskey world, but yeah, I was looking at over my gins because I was thinking the same kind of thing. I was like, I like gins, and they come in nice bottles too. But
yeah, I like Spanish gins. I find they're nice and light and fruity, and you can almost, like I said, you can almost drink them straight. You can sip on them.
Well, a lot of my gins I do. I mean, I've got the Roku, which is the Japanese gin. That's pretty damn. That's from Beam Suntory. That's pretty good. And the Botanist, which is a Scottish gin from Brook Lady. That's really good.
Actually, That's really good, actually. I like the botanist as well. It's got that nice floral flavor.
Yep, and a nice big hard solid bottle too. It's a good one. Yep. Not to mention, apparently, the end of my stream was good last night. Yes, it was good. I'm at a mechanic shop. Give me a bit. No worries. All right, who's next? Who's got an oddball bottle? Oh, Adrian's got one.
Juggling. Ooh.
Oh, right. Oh,
Can't hear you.
Where's our communications officer? We lost communications from Liza.
Okay.
Where's our communications officer?
Exactly.
Well, those are his boots right there, so maybe he's just shoeless.
Nope, we got no
You're
comms.
still on mute.
Unplug it and plug it back in again. See what happens.
Yep. All right, you can hear us. Okay, I'm going to come up with it. So this is a true abomination. So like the clip that we put of Star Trek Generations at the beginning, where he gets his emotion chip and goes into 10 forward and has that first drink and has that reaction and then wants more. And because he'd never experienced emotions before, he wanted to experience that horrible thing, even though it was completely disgusting. If I was in that situation, this would do it for me, because this is an abomination. It is not even legally alcohol in anywhere other than stupid Australia. It is absolutely disgusting. And if you can see it there, the reason why it's absolutely, it's 37%. Yeah, exactly. And because this comes from America and it is shipped over here and then bottled here in Australia, they get away with it, and it is disgusting. And so, yeah, if I was dated with that first experience with the emotion chip, this would be my reaction, because every time I have this,
I'm very confusing.
Why?
I saw it, I'm like, Jim Beam? Oh, okay, and then you showed me the percentage, and I went, wow, how is that a thing?
Everyone, I love showing people this because they're just always shocked, and it's an abomination. It's really bad.
So all you have to do is put a little bit of cinnamon oil in that, and you get my next bottle.
I was gonna. Nice. Well, does this give you like a really, really horrible metallic-y aftertaste that just is really yuck?
And this gives you nice fresh breath.
Well, that's a bonus. This just makes me want to, I don't know, beam your mouth out of your body. That's horrible. It really is horrible.
My problem at the moment is I have too many weird looking bottles, or at least things I would see behind Quark's bar or Guinan's bar.
Well,
I can show them very quickly.
Yeah, do it. I want to see the old balls.
That one's just Hibiki.
Oh, you
beautiful, beautiful
I
thing.
was gonna say, damn it, you stole it.
I thought somebody else was gonna say this one. I better do it first.
It's the perfect infinity bottle.
Yeah,
it is the perfect infinity bottle. I mean, if you don't have one of them, that's an infinity bottle. What are you doing? Yeah.
And I kind of went all over the place with some of these spirits. This one I just wanted to show off because it's funny. But I could see something of this shape.
The silly goose. Yeah,
the silly goose vodka, because it looks like it's a good shape for just being behind the bar and something as a prop kind of deal. The other one I have.
Similar. I went something similar. So this is Ulcer Bay, big, but I'm going to keep this as an infinity bottle. But it's such a standard, like it's not a typical whiskey bottle shape, but it's a really good kind of typical shape that if you put some blue, greeny, funky looking liquid in that, it would look quite well on Quarks or the 10 Ford.
That's what I was thinking. I can wait for the other ones. Adriana's back. I have a couple others, but I can show those after her.
So Rise of Weather must have been too nice, so she's gone inside now.
Uh-oh, she's still on mute.
No comms.
What?
accidentally muted. I've done that. Where you accidentally mute yourself somehow. I don't know how her microphone is set up.
What
Yes.
about now?
There you go.
Yeah, we got you.
Okay. Normally it automatically chooses that, but that's weird. Okay, cool.
Never expect
Okay.
a computer to do it automatically.
Yeah.
No.
Well, I think my computer is a Mac, and it does not like OBS, and OBS does not like it.
Ah.
So the one I was gonna say, as far as mine that I'm coming around to, is I did not like the regular Four Roses, like the small batch, but
Yep.
it was just very hit or miss to me. Most of the time, miss, like just the same bottle, sipping at different nights, kind of thing. But Nick recently got this, and I really actually like it. Like from the first go, and we've had a few pours. I'm like, okay, maybe I could see why people like Four Roses if this is, a much better representation of them. That's kind of the one.
That's how I got into Four Roses. I had that first, and then everything went downhill from there.
Yeah.
I agree, but it is an affordable bottle though.
Yeah. The single barrel or the small batch?
The single barrel, for the flavor, it's affordable.
Yeah, like for what it is, it's definitely. I mean, we got a second bottle, plus it's not often on the shelf here, so like get our backup bottle now before it's gone.
Yeah, that's true.
But I think that one, and then after Jason from Mash and Drum had Old Elk on, we got this, which is the blended straight bourbon whiskey, and it's kind of weird, but it's good. It's one of those ones that I'm like still figuring out if I really like it or not, but Nick definitely does. Hence, that much is gone.
Well, yeah, it's definitely going down, all right.
Yeah.
No, I agree with that. I think Old Duck, some days I sip it and I go, wow, this is great. And then the next day I'll sip it and I go, it's not as good as I remember.
Yeah, it's just like sometimes it just hits you kind of funky because it's a unique one. It
Yep.
stands on its own for sure. So, yeah, those are my kind of growing on me.
Oddballs.
Yeah, give me another one, Guinan. Let me try to figure this out. So.
More, please. That's so good. So the Elsa Bay is gone, must be good. Well, yeah, this one's gone. That's why I've got a second bottle. And this is actually kind of an oddball because the guys that are actually making this are pretty doing some oddball stuff. And this is, peaty and sweet. And they're actually measuring the peatiness and the sweetness. And these guys are real science tech boffins, so they're really getting scientific with their process. Pretty cool stuff that they're making down there. And yeah, awesome bottle. Like I said before, this is a really good decanter and would fit on any Star Trek bar. That's for sure.
I like that they're being super, obviously, as science officer. I can respect that they're being very scientific about it.
Yeah, you have to go back and watch the episode and we really talk about it because they go right into it because they actually put the ppm of the peat after maturation and the sweetness after maturation. So not before maturation. Because the problem is most of the whiskies in Scotland, when they say, it's 50 ppm parts per million of phenols, the peat content, that's before it goes into the barrel.
Oh, I see. So they're measuring it after the fact.
Before distilling it. Yep. So these guys are measuring it after. So as it goes into the bottle, they're measuring it then. Plus they're measuring the sweetness.
Yeah.
Which is
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, I like this.
Yeah. They're really cool. And their logo is pretty neat as well. It's got a cool
What
logo.
are they called again?
This is Ulsa Bay.
Ulsa Bay.
Yeah, so this is the 1.2, and the cork is like it's a weapon. This thing is a beast. The first cork on their first release actually had granite in it.
What?
Yeah.
I want that cork.
Yeah. It's pretty neat. Inspired by the creativity of science, we micro-control our sweet parts per million and our peats part per million levels to lush whiskey boundaries and imagine new flavors. Modern whiskey for the inquisitive. So that would fit in Star Trek with the theme, the bottle, and texture and flavor, and
Yeah.
it's all around Star
Well,
Trek, I reckon.
I like that. Like, I didn't realize that other ones measured the ppm before, but not after. Like, that
Pretty
doesn't make
much
sense to me.
99% of all
Yeah.
Scotch whiskey, the peat level is measured at the malting. So it's malted, and then they measure the peat, and then they
But
go
you
through the
don't
whole
say, like,
distillation
you
and
know, that
maturation.
the ABV is what it is based on what it went in. You have to do
I
it
know.
when it comes out.
I know.
Like, you could recognize that change.
That's like everyone says.
That's annoying.
Like Octomore, as you know, is touted as the peatiest, beastiest thing in the universe, but that's at the barley. That's not as it goes in the bottle.
Right, yeah. So it's like, what is
Yeah.
it actually? You're not telling us that.
Exactly. Whereas these guys go, no, this is what it is when it goes in the bottle.
Yeah.
So they say it's 22 ppm, and it's quite smoky. It's a Highland. Well, it's actually it's not an Isla, but it's a real, yeah, it's unique. It's quite a sweet smoke. It's cool.
Yeah.
So that's that one, and then since everybody went with the Toki, I mean not the Toki, the Hibiki Harmony, because that I went with a similar one in the same vein as the Beam Suntory, but because this is oh, that's funny. Great minds think alike. Yep, because this one is such a nice shape, square, and it can be that way, or it can be that way. And they even designed the label like that because it can go that way and it can go that way. So yeah, that's freaking awesome. I like how he picked that one as well.
Yeah, that one's kind of weird to me as far as taste go. You can't, tell because it's half gone. But me and my dad were the ones who drank this mostly, probably over a year ago. So I might pour a little of that in half an hour ish.
Yeah, it is kind of, yeah, me and the missus, because this is Carly's, because all the Japanese stuff says, because she loves it. It's kind of odd. It's light and fresh and not too complex, but it's not.
So what was that? I'll have another.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's just kind of flavory water kind of thing, but there is some stuff going on in there, but it's very subtle and nuanced. Yeah, it's interesting. G'day, Chris. How you doing? The blue cheese. You haven't got any Japanese? Oh.
I haven't tried any yet, no.
I got lots of.
You haven't tried what?
Any Japanese whiskeys.
I will send you some.
So.
Yeah, we'll make that happen.
Yeah.
So I think another bottle that's going to last for the next 300 to 400 years, and you'll find on the bars in Star Trek, has got to be a Bruichladdich bottle, because they have very bright and shiny bottles. These are going to be everywhere. I was debating between Port Charlotte and this, but Port Charlotte's so black, I thought this was a little prettier.
Yeah, I did contemplate getting the Port Charlotte out as well, or even the Octomore. But then, now that you've said that, I'm thinking of another one that's very sexy like that one. Similar to Octomore in the Scotch realm would be Peatart. How's that for a sexy bottle?
Yeah.
That is nice.
All black. Yeah, it's all a matte black finish.
I like that.
Yeah, that's pretty sexy.
Yeah.
This would be a cool
water
water
bottle. You
bottle.
can't tell how low you are.
Oh yeah, you can definitely not tell.
You find out when you pour your last dram.
Yeah, you're like, oh, this feels a little bit heavier than what I thought. Oh, nope, it's empty. But I think this would be a great water bottle.
See, it's the perfect teenager bottle, because you can keep putting water in it and nobody knows until you pour it out.
That's right. Yep.
So
how is the Peatart? We've done a review on it. I like it, but I think it's a bit overpriced for what it is. For bang for buck, I would actually prefer this one. And me and Scotty said both the same thing. This is a bit better for this for price wise. This is still nice, but it's a little bit pricey for what you actually get. I haven't actually gone back to it too many times, so it hasn't really wowed me that much. But now I'm thinking about it. I haven't had it for a long time. I want to have a go at it. But yeah,
What's the
special line in the paint. Yeah.
what kind of
Go ahead.
barrel is the Ailsa Bay one in matured in?
The Ulster Bay. It's I think it's just ex-bourbon. Ulster Bay release scientific distilled, 2.2 parts peat, 19 parts sweet, then micro matured. I think it's just done in bourbon cask. It definitely hasn't got a finish. It's just peat with sweetness. I think you'd actually really like it.
Yeah, it sounds good.
I'm actually on the site.
Yeah.
Hudson Bay bourbon casks that are between 25 to 100 liters in size for 6 to 9 months.
Gotcha. Yeah. It's
Yep.
Bourbon cask.
Yep. Yeah, they're using the
Sounds good.
Hudson Bay baby bourbon cask stuff.
Yeah.
Which is kind of cool because, you know, baby bourbon, they do all that kind of thing where they use it with their music and stuff, even though their bourbon's kind of meh. But these guys are doing some pretty cool stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, they're doing it right.
There was another weird part.
Yeah.
The liquid is then transferred into Virginia first fill and refill American oak casks for several years. The process is the first of its kind within the Scotch whiskey industry. That is a weird mix. I like it.
Yeah, they're doing that micro maturation,
Yeah.
which makes sense if they're shoving it into virgin oak and ex-bourbon cask.
That's bonkers. I like it. It's on my list now.
And
That's why I was on the site, just so I could look at it later.
So they finish it in a
Yeah.
they mature it in a full size barrel and then they move it into a smaller. Is that what you're saying?
I think so.
It could be. It doesn't say exactly. I might have to look in it.
Hudson Baby bourbon casks that are between 25 and 100 liters in size for 6 to 9 months. Relatively small casks. Traditional American oak barrels can contain up to 200 liters of spirit. Yeah, enables intense rapid maturation.
Yeah.
The liquid is then transferred into virgin first fill and refill American oak casks for several years. They don't say how big those are, but I assume they're the bigger
Okay.
ones.
So they do like 6 to 8 months in the bourbon barrels and then put it into virgin oak casks.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Cool.
And it's 48.9% as well. That's a decent ABV.
That's a good proof. I think I would like that one. I've got to look for that one. I wrote it down.
Yeah, me and Scotty, we both love it. And we always keep chewing it into Cuba because he doesn't get nerdy with the science like we do. And we just went on about the science in the whole episode and he's like, ah.
I think for me, one of the bottles that I would expect to see, and it kind of goes with what you were saying before, it would be this Baker's 107. And it's just mainly because of this cork. Like, I think the shape is nice, but then that cork just feels very...
That's very similar to this one,
to me. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
And one I have... Actually, I should get my other one out. Yeah, because this one's a recent one that only just come out, but same thing with this bottle.
Holy.
Absolutely awesome square stumpy bottle. These actually, this is down south. It's the most south distillery in all of Scotland. So Bladnoch is actually owned by an Australian company. This guy actually made his fortune in yogurt and then sold the yogurt company and then bought this distillery and has really put them on the map now. They've actually won heaps of awards and stuff.
Do it.
They make
Get into
awesome
yogurt and
bottles.
then buy whiskey. All right, sounds good.
That feels
Exactly.
like he did the thing that would make him a ton of money so that then he could do the thing that he really wanted to do.
Yep. And Nick Savage, the master distiller at Bladnoch, is an awesome guy. And these guys, only one of a few distilleries in Scotland that sell new make. So you can buy their new make. It isn't a full bottle. Yeah. They water it down just a little bit. Otherwise, it's like rocket fuel, but you can buy new make from them.
Oh,
in the
that's
bottle.
cool. And then finish it yourself.
Well, if you wanted to, yeah. So yeah, I've got some of their new make, but this one, this cork similar to that Baker's one, is super sexy.
I love
So this one's
bottle
only a
design.
plastic. I know, the bottles are just so sexy, and even the packaging on this awesome box. I mean, this would
Yeah,
definitely
that's
sit
nice.
in the back of Quark's. You know, you'd have to
Yeah.
pay your life saving of the lithium and gold
He
pressed
would
platinum.
claim that
and
it was lined in latinum.
Oh, of course it was.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, I mean, look at its color. It's gold pressed platinum. Look at it.
Exactly.
Yeah, really sexy bottles. Really, really solid. And that cork is divine. And it's really nice liquid in there.
Oh,
Look at
yeah.
that.
Yeah, I'm here for that.
That's
I
pretty
like that.
It's nice whiskey too. Yeah.
I like the
that.
trend of the like square bottles. I like the Woonthella has similar sort of bottles where it's like really rectangular like that. I think it looks nice.
Yeah. There's not many. You don't see too many. I'm the same. I really like these bottles. They're really cool.
Yeah.
They look really
It's funny
nice
because
when
they
you line
look
them
like
up.
they have more liquid. Like they look like they're containing
Yes.
more liquid because they're so fat.
Yep.
But, yeah.
Yep. And they feel
Use them like Legos. You can just
solid too. Yeah, look at
That's
me.
why Ken likes them so much.
I never thought of that, but yeah.
Because they're like Legos.
I have another one. I wonder if this one's the same.
Oh boy.
Oh, look at that. That is quite satisfying, actually.
Right?
Nice. I need to get more. I can make Lego. Done.
And this is Glendronach?
No, this is Bladnock.
Oh, Bladnock.
Yep. So these guys are way down south. They're the most southern distiller because there's only a couple distilleries in the lowlands, and these guys only got back on scene a few years ago after the other guy bought them. They're doing really good stuff. They just won a bunch of awards.
I can 100% see a brand called Bladnock being made by Klingons. Like, that sounds like a Klingon.
I think I like that then. Well, instead of this stopper, they'd have a big spike on it that'd fit.
Yeah. That sounds about right.
Yep.
Something that,
And
or
it's got
something
enough
that you have to
room
bite.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And you get the full Klingon insignia on there. All right, I'm gonna have to
Yep.
turn one into a red blood wine holder.
Right? Or that black
Yeah.
bottle that you had that was matte black. That
Oh,
with
the matte
Klingon
black one.
insignia on it.
Oh,
That would look sick.
yeah. That would look sick.
Yeah.
I'm doing that.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Love it. You could sell that.
Who's got buzzing? Hopefully that's not me. Is anyone buzzing?
I do hear that. I was like, what is that little fuzzy noise?
Oh, I don't hear it.
Now it's gone.
It's like a
Okay,
ghost.
that's right.
Okay.
It's because
Did you hear that? Hear what? I didn't hear anything.
Yeah. So, yeah, where's Jim? Exactly. Where's our engineer? Communications officer's gone. Engineer's gone.
Yeah.
Ship's falling apart. I don't know. We've got no heating. We've got no comms. What are we gonna do?
Did Jim stay up too late on
I think he did. He must have done.
bourbons? Well, what's funny was he was like, I've been working for like hours to set this up, working on
Oh,
his
there he
display
is.
for this. Aha!
There he is.
He heard us calling. I'm like,
I'm on my way.
really, dude?
Yeah.
And he's the one who
that's
always
funny.
gives me a hard time. He's like, remember, like, don't go too crazy because we've got whiskey truck in the morning. And it's early
You even
for me.
said it.
Jem, we see you.
Yes, we've
I
still
will
got
do
the
more.
distiller. Yeah, but you haven't watched the episode yet, so you still can't be on the shows until you've watched at least a half a dozen episodes. Then you can name half a dozen.
Got to get up to at
characters.
least the Borg in TNG.
Yeah. Yep, I agree.
So speaking of the Borg, I think because the Borg has influenced the Star Trek verse, they're going to have this on their bar. So little Lady Jane.
Why not green label? It's green.
Because that tastes good. This tastes like crap.
Well, that's true. And they're not going to have red label.
No.
No, you don't have to memorize the episodes. No, Nate, you don't have to
You will
remember
be
all the
quizzed,
episodes.
Simon.
Yes. Yes, you will be quizzed, Simon. That is for sure. Most definitely.
That's the thing I'm never good at. I'm not good at episode names. Like, once you describe the
I'm
plot
hopeless.
kind of thing, I'll be like, oh, yeah, I remember that episode. But I'm never good at
Yeah.
remembering episode names.
No. I can remember some of the big ones, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, Dusty Red Label is supposedly good. So if you've got a 60s, 70s, 80 Dusty of the Red Label, yes. That's meant to be. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
That's
yes.
a good one, Kyoko.
Yes.
Brian.
Yep.
Yep, that is classic. Most
That's a good
definitely.
one.
And then I went in the other direction. Since we're talking about squares, I saw this one. I was like, oh, this is like a potion almost.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What did I grab?
I was thinking
I
similar kind of vein, one of those short stumpy bottles like the Glen Alekies
Yeah.
and stuff like that. Yeah.
This is a Glen Rothus. Rothus? And this is one that's kind of weird to me as well, as far as taste goes.
It looks weird. It looks like lemon drops.
Right?
Yeah.
So,
The other one, actually, I really like this one, though. That's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
I've heard good things about that one.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Finally,
Hello,
the chief
engineer.
engineer's here.
Yeah, finally.
No boots for you, Jim.
No. You're going to have to wear bare feet.
Oh, I see
All the
what
way
he's done.
through
He's created a
engineering.
square around him. This feels very holodecky, Jim.
It does.
Where, like, if you go outside the square, it's gone.
I think our comms are broken again.
Yep. Jim's comms are broken.
Yep. He's broken his comms. Who else do we have?
Where's our communications
Engineering
officer?
It's not me this time. Yay.
Engineering 2 is probably his bottle shots, I'm thinking.
Hello?
So,
Hey,
one
there you go.
bottle
Yep,
that...
there you are.
Have we got comms yet?
He said,
Yeah, we got comms. So, one
Yes.
bottle that... When I first got this bottle, I was so excited because it's Glendronach and it's traditionally peated, and I thought, oh, Glendronach peated. I like the sound of that. And I got it all the way down to about here and was completely on the position of meh. Capital meh. Really bummed out. And then I had it a couple more times and went, oh, this has got like a port note. I never even read the label, and then I read the label afterwards. Oh, it's finished in port cast as well. Well, you have to not read the label. So after it, yeah, now it's got down to here. I'm like, oh, I need to get more of this because I really have grown to like this a lot. The port, the sherry, that subtle hint of smoke, Highland smoke, peat in it. Oh, it's a cracker. And now that Glendronach has decided to shoot themselves in the foot and mess up their whole stuff, and they're going to be chill filtering everything. Now they're in the shit books. So I'm kind of, I'm like Data. I was like, I like it, but I don't like it. I was like, what are you doing? Yeah, can't win.
why have they decided to do that?
They're trying to push into the Asian market, I think. Which I totally understand, but why mess up what they have now? All they have to do is just bring out like the 10 or a 12, chill filter it, color it, do it whatever, push that out to the Asian market and leave all the rest of the stuff. But yeah, now they're gonna watch it all up. But we've got Glen Aleky, so we'll follow where the man that made Glendronach what it is today, we'll follow him instead. Billy Walker, he's the man. I mean, Rachel Berry's really awesome, but it's not up to her what she's actually... I mean, she's made really good stuff since Billy was left, but I think it's the stupid Foreman gets that are just ruining the show and messing up our Glendronach. So, anyway, enough
Yeah,
about
that
that.
sounds like that part's out of her hands.
Yeah, it's way out of her hands. Yeah. It's the overlords and, you know, Brown Foreman. But anyway.
Imagine how frustrating that would be, though. Like, you're the one who, like,
I know, right?
creates this, and then after the fact, they screw it up.
Yep. I mean, she and Rachel Berry is really good. A lot of people don't like what she's done with Glendronach, but what she's done with that 15 Revolver, I think, is actually really, really good. And she is a legend in the industry. I mean, she's a keeper of the quay. She's a big person in the industry, and it's a real shame that they're going to be messing up her stuff because of stupid money grabbing gigs that just they're going backwards. That's what I don't get. They've never chill filtered, and now they're going to chill filter. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's a real shame. So, Mr. Chief Engineering.
Mm-hmm.
Now you've got your Engineering 2, which is your clone that you can show off your bottles. Show us some bottles.
Okay. Let's see. I'm going to hold off on that one. Yeah, we'll do those two last because those are the ones I think are the best. So, we're thinking odd bottles, funny bottles, or bottles that wouldn't look out of place in, 10-4 with a Guinan's bar, Quark's bar, or something that Mr. Scott might have hidden in the helmet in his quarters.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like this one, he would have these.
So, if I can do this without looking like absolute and utter crap. Hang on a second. Nah.
Oh, right.
Oh.
I don't know how well that's coming through.
Yeah, it's coming through.
Yep, we can see it.
Yeah, it's a tall, skinny bottle. Very narrow.
Is it like poker themed?
It's super thin.
It's
Yeah, relax.
What do you
Okay,
have?
yeah.
yeah, real.
Sorry.
Did I? Huh?
Pinot themed, yeah.
Did I turn the audio off on that camera?
Nope, you're fine.
No, you're good.
You turned the picture off though.
Yeah, I hit the wrong button. We'll be right back.
Yeah, where's that coming from? Can you
Yeah,
guys hear?
I'm hearing that. You're in that button now too. Yeah.
Yeah. And now it's gone. I thought it was me, but no, I don't think it's me. Mine certainly doesn't make that noise. It makes a real
Oh, I know what I did. Whoops.
It's part of why I mute myself a lot. Scary noises.
Yeah.
Ah,
Hey,
Oh,
sir.
there we go.
Hey, guys. Just on my way home from
How
work,
you
and I'm
doing?
on an away mission right now. So,
Nice. You're doing a humanitarian mission. Oh.
yes. So,
You
kind of in the,
I think
Kind of in the,
Adrian wants me to go back to that first bit that you it just looks.
well, actually, I'm going to buy it. That's going to be, because it's a funky, nasty, dirty peat on that, and I love it. But the other one I'm going to get is the a replacement of the Macure Bay.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah. They don't have too much else in stock right now. You've got your $2,300 Bowmore 27 here, Timeless Series.
Quark would have that.
Yeah,
So,
okay.
and then there's like a 45-year-old Glen Scotia in the cabinet here. So,
Oh.
how much is that?
see,
How much is that? Can I have that Glen Scotia?
9,500.
Whew.
Oh,
Who's that by?
It's Glen Scotia themselves. It's a bottle 130 of 150.
Oh, so it's not an indie.
No,
Oh shit. I want.
yeah. Yeah, there's a 30-year-old Lafroig here too, right now.
Oh,
So-
I got one of them.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that's the this is just the main whiskey section. I mean, the wine section dwarfs it by a huge margin because it's in the old ticketing hall of a train station.
Yep.
cool.
So, hoping I might grab some of the sheep dung reserve Floki later too.
Oh, you
Is that
you
thing-
tried that before?
I have. It's like being in a farmyard. It's really unique.
So I've heard.
So that's definitely a data experience bottle for sure.
That or Connemara cask strength, because I think they used a Mercedes diesel engine instead of peat to malt the barley.
Yep.
Oh
A
God.
nice worn out diesel engine that's smoking really well, and
Yeah, black soot, burning plastic, you name it.
Yep.
So
Cheers, John T. Cheers, mate.
I thought you described Connemara cask strength pretty well. I think it was you said it was like a cross between a tire fire and a burning oil derrick.
yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's like every oil derrick in the Gulf War being on fire right in your glass.
But you keep going back for more.
Sometimes yes and sometimes no. I haven't replaced it because I haven't seen one in a while, but I might.
I
Ooh, they got a
definitely
new-
looked at the card strength when I learned about it a few years ago, and I've never found one. I've only had
They've got
Yeah.
special edition Douglas Lang here.
Ooh.
Scallywag 10, 100% sherry cask
Oh.
matured.
Interesting.
I've heard that's good.
Yeah, I've got a few of their special edition bottlings. They always are quite good.
Nice. Well, since you were talking about the Machiavelli, that reminded me that I think Loch Kilhoman bottles would definitely fit in the Star Trek universe. I mean, these are
Oh yeah,
very cool little bottles. They would definitely be lined
I
up.
like to say, Kilchoman!
Yeah, Kilchoman. this could be definitely be Klingon in it. Kilchoman.
yeah. I still think Boonahaven has it taken for their expression names.
Yes.
For Klingon,
yeah, for Klingon, definitely.
Yeah.
That's a nice one, Jim. What was that?
Yeah.
Well, this is not the square bottle that I was talking about. I still have one that I'm saving for last. That you might have a clip that goes with it, Ken. But this is a bottle of it's an independent bottling of Fettercairn Scotch, and it's a very square, rectangular bottle.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
Here's a whiskey that's definitely a data moment for me, anyway. Was this stuff here? Toki? The first time I had it, I was like, oh! And then they're like, would you like some more? And I'm like, yeah, I'll give it another go.
Yep. We were just talking about that. and the bottle fits in 10 forward as well, whether you go front face.
It does.
Side. Yep. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Should have done that one next either. Stay on theme.
Yeah.
Oh, lucky
Quartz
7.
bar?
Yeah, Lucky 7. I don't know how well it comes across, but the shape of this thing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
You see, it's kind of oval shaped.
Yeah.
That's almost Irish eyeball shape, yeah. Yep, that's cool.
And it's kind of concave. And just the whole. If you take the labeling off it, don't get me wrong, I like the labeling. You would absolutely see this in a pan buy of Guinan's bar.
Yeah.
Put
Yep.
the label
That's
in,
that's
I can
exactly
see it
what
in
I
Quartz
reckon with
bar.
this bottle. This is so generic and cool looking. If you, so I'm going to take the labels off this, and it's going to be an awesome bottle.
Yeah.
And I'm just saying, actually, if I think about it, I don't remember the episode name. But with these two, you got a TNG episode theme going. 'Cause I know there was an episode where they went to some space casino. I can't remember the name of it though.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody would want to drink the shark vacuum, though.
Shut up.
No.
They got stuck in the casino.
How's my bottle cam breaking the immersion?
That casino episode was the first thing I thought when you pulled out the
Yeah.
roulette rye.
That really bad story about a casino and the bellhop getting.
It's one of those ones nobody
trouble.
goes back to rewatch, so we don't remember it well.
Yeah, we do.
I watch it just to see them go through the spinning doors over and over again.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Now this one, I'm going to see if I can hold this one in front of me. It's empty because I drain poured what was in it because it was god awful. but I bet Adriana would get a kick out of it. Okay, let me just do the bottle cam because it's not going to come through. It's going to just look through me.
It's a beaker.
The flask,
That's
yeah.
awesome.
Oh, yeah,
It was actually
that's
sold in
definitely
that?
going in.
Yes, it was.
Nice.
I actually washed it and peeled the labels off of it because I want to reuse the bottle because it's damn cool. But what was in it was a local whiskey that it sucked. It was too young. It was and it was made by a brewery that decided to try their hand at distilling without knowing what the fuck they were doing. It's like, and I should have
Cool
walked away
bottle,
from it when I looked at the back and it said aged 90 days.
Oh,
Oh, and it was made from barley wash or something like that. It was bad.
No doubt. All right, guys, I'm going to
Cool bottle,
jump off for a bit because I'm going to pay for my purchases, head to the subway, and then I'll jump back on once I'm out of the subway.
Cool.
Roger.
nice.
Sounds good.
Cheers, guys.
See you, Donald.
Cheers.
Yeah.
I like my Lego.
See if someone hasn't used this one yet.
I thought about that one.
92. Yep.
Yeah. I
That's just a
definitely thought
funky
about
shaped
that.
bottle.
If I had the
This is
bottle,
like some. This is like
Yes,
this is like something Kirk would have in his quarters.
Yeah, 100%. Yep.
Yeah.
Or McCoy.
And
I
going
take that
back,
back. Probably be McCoy.
since we've been doing Japanese
Yeah,
bottles, this is just a standard plain Jane looking bottle that could easily sit on any bar anywhere.
Yeah.
Yep.
Jim, I think McCoy would have one of these.
High West.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think that would be McCoy,
Maybe.
and you would see this on the holodeck. That's why.
Maybe on the
Rob was
holodeck.
over.
But the reason I thought McCoy would have 1792 is you have to remember that McCoy is a good old Southern doctor who likes his mint juleps.
Yep,
Which
yep.
means he would have Woodford.
True.
So keeping with the engineering theme, because Jim brought it up, this is what one of those type of bottles will look like if you filled it up.
Oh, you have the same thing?
No, it's different. It's different, but it's similar.
Yes.
So this is my 1915 blend bottle that I typically
Cool.
use over and over and over again. So
Nice.
it's not an original whiskey bottle though. So it's an old Peruvian Pisco bottle.
Oh.
Oh.
I thought you
Yeah,
were going to say it was just straight up an old glass.
No, I bought this Pisco 2005, and just liked the bottle, so
Yeah.
it became a blend bottle.
That's awesome. What's the cork?
It's wood on top, and then just cork inlay.
Okay.
Actually, no, it's not
Yeah.
real cork though. It's synthetic cork.
Okay.
Ah, okay.
I love that.
So it's really good for reusing.
I love those. Those are awesome.
That reminds me. So this is not whiskey, but used to be this company called Flaschengeist. They used to do these cocktails and liqueurs. So this would definitely be sitting on
Oh, yeah.
Clark's bar. Yeah, these are really cool bottles. Whoop.
Oh!
Oh, no. Oh,
and that's a wrap, folks.
Yeah.
hard to
Yeah.
see
Come on, catch up, camera.
that.
Thinking about it.
Oh, there he goes. Oh. The Crown Ryan?
Dude, I'm gonna try something here. And it. That's a fuckle.
This one's
Yeah,
been.
no,
That one's awesome, Ken.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this
Oh,
was
that's
one
cool.
another one of those Flash and Guys cocktails. So I use this one for my honey syrup for making cocktails,
neat.
and then for my sugar syrup, I use this one.
Oh, I love
That's
those.
a nice-
Those are
Yeah.
Yeah, these are awesome bottles. Very Star Trek-esque.
awesome. Yeah. I like the round ball cork on top.
Yep.
have a
Oh
couple
yeah,
more.
the ball on top. Yeah.
By
Yeah.
a couple, I mean a lot.
Yeah. That's a
You
Someone
got
mentioned
something like that.
someone mentioned the holodeck, and my brain went immediately to the one where Worf and his son were on there, and then Data somehow became every single character. So it made me think of this one because it was the old Westy thing. I was like, well, this one would probably be on that bar.
It's full of
got that
data.
look. As for another one that is a weird bottle but isn't actual whiskey, I've had this for quite a while. It's like Lucid Absinthe.
Oh,
Very
because
green.
it's a Jean-Luc Picard type thing, right?
Yeah. See, I think you'd have some of this around. I need to drink more of it. I've had this bottle for a very, very long time, but it's really high proof. It's 62%. And you have to go through the whole process with the sugar cube and the water and all that.
You don't have to. You can just put it on some ice cubes and a little bit of water, and it's very nice. In fact, that's what I'm going to be doing right now.
Okay, and I don't know if you saw the Lucid Absinthe bottle. You've probably seen big green long thing. It's absinthe.
So Adam, you have to go onto the Discord and put in your application to become a member of the USS Dremelots. We have lots of positions available for the crew.
I have two final ones here that are just, it's kind of the bottle, but mostly something I drank and was like, what the heck? I'm going to have to go back to this numerous times. Our science officer will agree with me on this one, I think. Maybe. This is Chattanooga. What is it? 111? Yeah, straight bourbon whiskey. This is a whole other type of thing as far as my whiskey experiences have been. It's from Tennessee.
It's our science officer shaking her head.
Yeah, she was not a fan.
No. What was it? Grapes, rotten fruit and farts or something?
The other one for me is Teeling, oddly enough. This Teeling, was it rum finished? I've only had it once when I did a review of it. It's just weird. I haven't had it since, so maybe something's changed, but I don't know why. It just freaked me out. And usually I like Irish stuff, but I know with some malted Irish and sherry finished Irish stuff, it's a little weird for me. So this is a rum finished, a whole different category, and it's just odd for my tastes.
I think it's the Dublin water. I mean, how can you get good, fresh, clean water in this big city?
I basically just needed.
Oh, you've got a Klingon bottle. Well, is it already themed Klingon?
Oh, I think I know what bottle he's talking about too.
Yeah, because I know they did do some.
I want a Canar bottle, honestly, even though they're always dark.
Mr. was just talking about this bottle. I figured he'd be passed out, but I almost texted him this morning to get a picture of that bottle because it is the most Star Trek looking bottle I've ever seen.
That's the one you showed. It looks like it's been melted and twisted, and it's all.
Yeah, like it went through a teleporter that's like not working right.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it got all warped.
Yep, that's the one.
Yeah, to me that's just like there's no other bottle that's more Star Trek than that one.
Yeah, because I remember you showing that. And I went, "Oh, that." Because when we saw that, I was like, "That's what we've got to do this episode now."
Yeah. It's like I need
that
to
was
sneak
the
over to
inspiration.
his, steal the bottle, show it.
Yo. Exactly.
Oh.
Right, so I've got one. So going back to the Abomination bottle, where this is the thing you just do not want to drink because.
Oh, what is that? The Anarch? So this
it's like courage and something.
It's a Virginia Distillery Company, Courage and Conviction American Single Malt Kubi Cask. And if you look at the shape of this bottle, it's narrow at the wide did you get to the top, and even this little guy, which is magnetic.
Oh.
That's awesome.
Now it's got its own.
That's cool.
Now it's got its own communicator.
You can swap that out.
It does.
But the very first, this for me was the bottle that made this idea pop into my head because it looks like a friggin' Star Trek bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When
If
you
you put
first
a
put it there,
that white label off, put that insignia on there, and bang.
when you
It's an
first put it
official.
there, I thought it was like, bourbon's got that 10 forward vodka or whatever. I was thinking
Yeah.
that this was like
I'm
some
excited
other
about that.
kind of themed. Like
Yep.
I thought it was an officially branded thing.
And I got
I'm
one
definitely
more
gonna
funny
do that
bottle,
beat
but
heart with
I'm,
the
I'm
Klingon
gonna
symbol on
do
it.
it a little differently.
So Adam sent me a picture of that bottle.
Yep, that's the one.
All
It's so
warped.
cool. It looks like a
Bizarre.
warp core disaster. Yeah, transported mistake.
It's so ridiculous. I think it's so cool.
Yeah, that's such a cool bottle. So yeah, going back to the abomination disaster one that Data would relish in when you first got his emotion chip would be, well, I've ranted about this one before. As Jim said, it's the Anok 2007. Not good alcohol at all.
Oh.
That would definitely, every time I have that, I'm like, ugh! Just like what Data did. And one that it boggles my mind, this bottle. I call it the wood shop because it is the wood shop, and Donald knows about this one. So this is the Cananahan's Irish whiskey. It's a blend, but it's actually weird because this is actually non-chill filtered for a blend. So it's pretty impressive. It's the second batch. It's 43%. But what they've actually done, they've got a whole pile of barrels, and they've swapped out a whole bunch of the staves on all the different barrels. So there's like 5 different wood types that they've gone through in this. So it is literally like a wood shop. So if you've ever done, I know, Adriana, you do a bit of woodworking and stuff, and I like tinkering with a bit of wood. This is just like working with all different woods and glues and, your wood stains. It's awesome. I call it the wood shop. Yeah.
It's one of those it almost sounds gross, but it also sounds yummy at the same time.
Yeah, and that's why I had to bring this one up, because I'm like, it doesn't sound right, but it's so good when you drink it in your nose, and it's like you just get all this different types of wood coming through in the nose and the palate, and it's
almost like a nostalgic type thing, even if you're currently doing woodworking.
Yeah, exactly. So that's definitely an awesome one.
That's cool.
So,
who's next?
I'm sure you noticed I've turned off my fancy background because I didn't want to do this bottle on the bottle cam because I think it deserves better than that. Because it's a bottle of very old Scotch. Just look at the shape of this bottle, Ken. Tell me it doesn't make you think of that clip.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah.
Cue it up. I mean, it's not Scotch, it's rye.
Yeah, you guys won't be able to hear the sound, but...
You have more? All I have is a bottle of very, very, very old Scotch.
Such a classic.
Whiskey! Well, I will try it.
I'll get
Whiskey! Oh, get it!
You gotta show them with the bottle.
Yeah, well, I had the whole thing.
I know.
Flagged, so I had to cut it.
Fair enough. But that's. I mean, granted, this is a rye, not a Scotch, but it's absolutely got that square shape of the bottle from that episode. So when I finally empty this, I'm peeling the labels off of this and keeping it just for that.
Yes.
You
have to.
And finally,
put a Scotch.
What the hell bottle? Actually, let me turn my toys back on first. Talk amongst yourselves.
So, I've got another what the hell bottle. Volcanus Brimstone.
Oh. Another Klingon
That's
bottle.
definitely a what? Yeah, that's definitely a Klingon bottle. Yeah, I mean, what can you say? This is so unique, so different, and look how dark that is. I mean, it looks like blood wine, real old blood wine. And not only was this a unique bottle that I got to try, and it's a cool little shape as well, it definitely fit on any bar. it broke my missus. So she now likes peated whiskey, where she would never ever touch anything peated forever. And after she had this, now she's drinking Ardbeg, Lagavulin, Lafroig, and anything else in between. So, yeah.
It brought her over.
I'm going to give props off to the Balcones Brimstone,
I like it.
which is awesome. Hell yeah.
Jim, are you
Yep,
set?
and Frederick.
Yep.
Hey, JD, Richie, Frederick. Oh, here we go.
It's gonna be should work better this way. So this is my what the
Obsidian.
bottle. Abadan. So you can get
Abadan. Oh, it's not Obsidian.
Smoke.
Abadan. What was it? Smoke?
Smoke and see?
hang on a second.
Smoke and see.
Smoke and see. Abadan is a craft distiller in Illinois, and I picked this bottle up on the recommendation of Jason Busey. And what this is it's straight bourbon whiskey finished in French oak and Iowa Scotch barrels. And you actually go to the website, and they have a page that lists what barrels they used for each batch, which they stopped keeping up because I think that the document ends at like batch 6, and this is batch 11. But I'm 100% positive that they aged this in Lafroig barrels.
Oh, okay.
And so you pour it, and the taste is just unholy weird because you get that weird kind of off sweetness that the weird off. I don't know if the weird off sweetness is the Lafroig or the French oak. I've never had anything aged in French oak either before this.
French oak can be quite sweet, yeah.
There's like a weird off sweetness, along with like the Lafroig sort of briny band-aidy thing, and then you have the bourbon underneath all that, and it's just weird as hell. But
you keep going back for it? Yeah, exactly. But I kind of like it. That's an oddball title.
Yeah. Ugh. I hate this. This is revolting. More? Yes, please.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I love those kind of things though, because like it's fun to have a drink that's not just an obvious, oh yeah, I like this and this is why. It's like, oh, this is intriguing, and you have to think about it and keep trying it to know. It's like, feel very data.
Yeah.
I think the chat's gotten a little bit too TMI there. You didn't need to know about anybody's wet shorts.
Oh. So this one would definitely fit on Quarks or 10 Ford. So this is the Mortlach Rare Old. So it's, yep. It's kind of expensive, but it's a very sexy bottle. Very sexy bottle.
Yeah, see, that's how to do a bottle cam.
Yeah.
Show off.
And it's got a nice stopper as well.
Yeah, it's a nice stopper.
Sexy, nice little stopper there. Yeah, it's not bad. And it's only a 500ml bottle, but anyway. What you get.
I have two more that aren't actual whiskey bottles, but I thought I'd show them anyway because they fit the theme.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if they're going to show up real well.
Oh yes, definitely. You get to talk about the fundraiser in a second.
There's this
That's
thing.
definitely tomorrow. Oh, whoa,
This
yeah.
ginormous topper on it. These are both.
Is that just a decanter, or is it?
Yeah, they're just decanters. Things I'm thinking of raffling off someday because I don't have people over ever, so there's no point in having them. And I have one more. That's even
And the
weirder.
problem with those
God, it's
decanters
heavy.
is those glass toppers don't seal too well.
This one actually has plastic. You can't tell at a
It's got the
glance,
rubber-
but
yep.
yeah,
Got
it's,
the good seal on it.
that's weird
Ah,
rubbery stuff.
Yep.
So that's good. The next one I have here, not so much. It's actually very precarious, and it's actual heavy thing. This is just a ridiculous
Whoa.
thing. And I'm terrified of this because it's just glass. There's nothing really holding it there other than that it's heavy.
Yeah.
Actually, I have to hold it with 2 hands, and I can't quite tell by looking at it if the whiskey would actually. I think it stops here, and then this is all
I'm gonna say
glass.
that whole base is glass. Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually heavier than the other one noticeably. But yeah, it's kind of a weird little thing. I thought I'd show those because they fit. I can see
That's
these
a
at
nice shape, I
someone's
like
bar,
that.
filled with green or blue liquids.
Yes. It's similar to the base of the Elsa Bay, how that's all thick
Yeah.
glass.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
if
big
you hit
thick
someone with
foot.
it, they would know, kind of thing.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
that's my weapon bottle, because this is thick all the way through, and the same with the Bladnox. I mean, look at the thickness of that base.
Mm.
Yeah.
Give me a weapon, I can kill somebody with this square bottle.
Right?
Yeah.
So I think for my last whiskey that I think would be like the whiskey itself would be appropriate on the Enterprise would be the Jefferson's Ocean, just for the story of it. The whole idea of it has, like the Enterprise, traveled around and kind of accumulated its flavors because of that or whatever. I mean, I'm not like, I haven't even tried this bottle. Nick is the one who's more into it. I don't think it tastes that particularly crazy, like the old one that we had.
So who would have that in their quarters, would you think?
I could see Geordi, just because Geordi loves the whole, the original Enterprise ship. And so then the idea of traveling the oceans, I could see Geordi actually having it in his.
He did make a model of a ship by himself.
Yep.
He did.
And there's a map on the back of it. Well, yeah, world map.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, it's got like that.
Oh, nice.
So, but yeah.
So would it be Jefferson like space, and it just tastes empty?
It's just an empty bottle.
As soon as you open it, it just vaporizes.
Whoops.
Reflects the travel made.
It's just constantly full because of the replicator. I'd be game for that.
Yeah, well, that's why. But that's only synthahol. It's not even.
Yeah,
synthahol. We all know about synthahol. It doesn't taste like the real stuff.
Yeah, exactly, like this. That's synthahol.
I like to think of there's a scene in The Next Generation where they have to beam up some folky type people, and Worf introduces one of the guys to some kind of Klingon beverage. He gives him like whiskey at first, and he drinks it. And he's like, "Oh, it has no bite." And then he gives him this other thing, and he takes a sip and just. I don't remember which one it was, but it's hilarious because they find these people who are from ages ago, kind of stereotypical.
Yeah, I think
Irish
that was
people.
season 1.
It probably was really early, and then they had these other people. They were both on the same ship. They got split up. One had the technology, one did not. One had to clone themselves. One did the old-fashioned way. They brought them back together.
Oh, yep, I remember it.
Yeah.
It's funny. I just like that moment where he's introducing him to the new alcohols, and then he's like, "Now try this Klingon shit. Have fun." I have to go back to find out what it was called. It was like Chuk Tuluth or something like that.
Yeah.
It's actually the one that got the biggest complaints about because of the way it portrayed the Irish.
Yeah, I didn't want to go too heavy into the accents, but yeah, it was. It was pretty bad.
Yeah, wasted on their own petards for that one.
Yeah, that's right.
This is the last bottle I've got. At least handy. Just purely for the shape of the sucker.
Yeah, it is a nice shape.
Again, it's.
Think about that one.
Huh? What'd you say?
No. Oh, I didn't think about that one. Yeah.
I mean, again, this is another one of those bottles that you're doing a pan by a Quark's bar, you're doing a pan by a Guyan's bar. It's gonna be there. It's got that weird shape.
It's funny how many glass
And it's got
bottles do,
wings.
though, that if you take off all the labels and everything, like a lot of them would actually fit well.
Yeah.
Once you take
No,
away
that's
all the
exactly right.
branding and everything, yeah.
Yep. I mean, so this is not only for the bottle because it's a cool little, just a small little bottle. These are the Starwoods, the Australian whiskies, but this one's done in ginger beer casks. Now you don't get much more oddball than that.
Yeah.
So they do it once every year they make a batch. This is batch 6, I think it is. Oh no, yeah, batch 6. So they've been doing it for the last 6 years. So yeah, it's finished in ginger beer casks. Very different.
Is it good?
It's strange. It really is. I mean, it's a little bit tight, but now it's gotten below the shoulder. It's actually starting to open up, and it's got this like nice dried mandarin kind of note to it, and it's not what you would typically think of like ginger and ginger beer. It's kind of, yeah, it's slightly dried sweetness, almost like a dry sherry, but really faint. But then it's got that dried ginger. I mean, not dried ginger. Dried orange note to it. It's interesting.
For the record, the Toki is almost exactly what Data would do, except kind of reversed. I just poured a little bit of it in the glass, and I was smelling it. My first initial reaction was, "Oh, like cat urine. How nice!" But when I actually tasted it, it was fine. But it's just the smell is really bizarre to me for some reason. It didn't make me go, like Data did. It tastes okay.
Yeah.
I think that's Chattanooga for me. It smells way worse. Like the taste is not good either to me, but the smell is what I just can't.
You really didn't like the finish. That's what I remember specifically.
Oh, yeah, the finish.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot. So it's
You
just
just
really
didn't
bad
like
on
it at
both
all.
ends, and then like the middle is all right.
Yeah.
Not with everything.
Which is normally the other way around.
Yeah.
A lot of whiskeys have a hole in the middle. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah, normally it smells good, and then you're like disappointed on the palate, kind of thing, and then maybe the finish is all right or whatever. But
Maybe have
this one's
something
the
that
opposite.
lingers on that's kind of nice. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Not
this
good
one.
in the middle and bad at the beginning of the end. That's weird.
I don't think it's gonna grow on me ever.
Nope. Have you got any more, Joe?
Nope. I think you've got all mine now. I'd have to run down to all my bottles to get any more.
Any cool bottles?
That's the thing. I learned I had to like be in this room where I can see all the bottles, because it's like I need to stare at them and and think about it.
Yep. So this is not whiskey, but Grand Mariner is a nice bottle.
Yeah.
Mm.
They're very classic. That one's like a kind of a
Grand Marnier.
potions class bottle.
Yep. Oh, here's something that's what about this one? So this is an Australian gin. Do you guys know about? Oh, I'll just show these off. So this is an Australian gin. You should be able to see. There you go. You can see that.
Yeah.
So they're green ants.
They have ants in the bottle.
There's ants in the bottle.
Oh, that's nasty.
Nope. That's a no. I thought like it was like bits of eucalyptus or something.
Nope.
Okay,
These are actually.
I'm going to do that now. I'm going to go get some ants and throw them in some Miami gin.
Well, these ants, these are up north. So these ants are up north. And when I was in the army, I got to experience these up in Darwin. So these are green ants. So these are a ant that has a lot of citric acid in their abdomen. So because they eat a lot of leaves and stuff, so they build their nests out of leaves. So they're similar to a leafcutter ant, but they have a lot of citric acid. So the leaves that they cut have a lot of citric acid in them. And then when they bite you, they inject the citric acid into the wound. But if you grab these guys and you bite the abdomen, it is the best lemon lime flavor you've ever tasted in your life. It's unbelievable. It is so tasty.
That is.
I mean, it's not,
I don't know if I can get
it's not a fake. It's not strong. It's not bitter. It's not sweet. It's everything perfectly combined, and it tastes really, really good. But these guys are so nasty. You literally be walking along, 10 feet above you, we have this little nest about this big. These guys are super aggressive, like anything in Australia, and they just literally jump out of their little nest onto you, and you're walking along through the bush, just going, God damn. Well, these things are just biting the shit out of you. They're only tiny. They're only like really, really tiny, but they taste really good. And you can, if you grab a bunch of them and boil them up, you get a really nice lemon lime tea. But yeah, they made a gin.
I have something going through my mind. It's like someone's made a margarita, and they're like, and here we have your topping here, and they just sprinkle a bunch of ants on top of it. Enjoy.
If you want a lemon flavor and you've got nothing else, these ants are really good. They're really, really good. It's really
sprinkles on ice cream. There you go. Enjoy.
Ken, I'm never going to trust a tea from you.
Well, I don't have them yet. I've got to go up north a bit further to get them. But yeah, they are vicious little buggers, and they're bright green too. They're super, super green. Like you can't really see, but if you Google green ants, you'll see they're bright green. They're real tiny little buggers, but yeah, they're super.
And so they put this in here to add a lemon lime flavor to the gin.
It has this beautiful lemon botanical flavor. Yep, that's really unique. It's really tasty.
I hate the idea that it's ants, but I like the idea of kind of fixing gin with a citrusy flavor, because I don't like gin.
I'll take.
Like it in a cocktail with lemon, but
it does work for the Star Trek universe thing, because there's all kinds of weird shit that people eat. I'm just thinking immediately Klingon stuff comes to mind, but it's not a far stretch. Green ants, why not?
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd actually try. What was it called? Worm food.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could handle that stuff.
Riker freaking liked it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
it'd be fresh.
Yeah.
I think when you talk gin, though, there's so many different flavors. You've got to actually just don't buy your standard cheap gin. Go out and buy some different styles, because honestly, all I do is take gin, put a splash of soda water in it, maybe a slice of a strawberry and some ice, and it's a great summer drink.
Yep. Oh, gin is so good. I mean, even your box standard gin, just a good gin tea. I mean, goddamn. But if you're gonna have gin, you got to have a really good tonic. A lot of people just cheap out on the tonic, and you ruin your gin.
Yeah,
that's what I learned. I did start to get into gin and tonics, but only once I got like a good tonic, and then could and then I add like a couple of slices of lime, and that's yummy.
Yeah. So when I go for my gins, I'll try them neat, and if I like them neat, then I might have it neat. Or if I'm going to have a G&T, then I'll go through and pair a good tonic to go with that particular gin, and I usually don't add anything else.
My brother likes gin. I have to ask him about that.
I like a Tom Collins. That's probably like my go-to gin
drink.
It's so refreshing.
Yeah. So here's another gin. So this is by the same parent company that I love, is Lime Burners, and these bottles I just love. They're just so cool little bottles. So this would definitely fit in a bar. They're such cool little bottles.
Yeah, I like it.
Bubble bath.
And
Y'all
carried
are just
across
like making me want
whole
to
line.
collect bottles.
Yep.
So,
but it's good gin too. Really good gin.
I have one more bottle, and it's kind of pandering to the captain. Starward 2 volt.
Mate, this started. Oh, okay, nice. They use this gelatin wax and a bunch of other native botanicals. Yep.
Yes.
So the gelatin wax, that's around my area.
See the label.
The twofold. Yep.
Little detail there. I just figured that was on team, even if I am pandering to the captain's goodwill.
Sounds like.
It's good. I already put the Starwood up.
Whiskey.
I know. And I already did a Starwood. I did the ginger beer, guys.
Oh, that's what that was. How is that?
It's definitely up my alley, Dan. There's another one. It's Triple H Distilling. He's only just done it, and we did an episode on it on his, and he uses the gelatin wax, but he's down in Perth, and he actually makes copper stills. That's how he started, but now he's distilling his own gin, and he uses the natural gelatin wax plant around here. Oh, and Simon's actually drinking the Nova right now, Jim. There you go.
Nice.
Yep. And you have to think, well, Starwood. That's pretty Star Trek thing. Nova. Yeah.
I think the owner of that distillery is already a Trekkie. So.
Ah,
Oh, I think so. Anyone else?
I think I did all mine.
That's all of mine.
Done all yours?
I have a
Here's a
square
question.
one.
You got a square one?
What would Guinan drink?
Holy shit. That is a good question. What would
Guinan would drink the, well, I assume she would, the one that it's really hard to put together, and if you do it wrong, it just vanishes. I think.
But otherwise,
Oh, no, the one you're talking about. Yeah. The one that almost does a rainbow thing.
Yeah, it was like a
flick it and
science
it becomes
experiment.
like a whole sunrise, right?
Yeah,
so.
yeah, that one. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's like a
Or was that the one Data made?
Marian sunset or something.
Yeah, I'm thinking
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
the one that
yeah.
Data makes for Troy
I think so.
at one
yeah.
point, and then they think he's the bartender because everyone loses their memory. I know the one I'm thinking of was specifically when Guinan and Picard are talking, and something was up. I think it was the one where they have to go back because they found Data's head in Earth, and for whatever reason, she's talking to him and he's talking to her about, you know, why certain things can't happen a certain way, and she's talking about making this very complicated drink, and if you add too much or too little, it just disappears into a puff of smoke.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which she then demonstrates, and it just goes, it's gone.
Yeah.
Yep.
If I was a bartender, I think she'd really dig that kind of complicated thing, whatever it is called. I forget.
Yeah. Well, and also she's so good at like just kind of seeing beyond what everybody else sees, and like I could see something like that where it's just like not just anybody would be able to pull off that drink. It'd have to be somebody who's just really aware of all the little balances kind of thing. So I could see that one. That's a good one for Guinan.
Yeah, that would be cool.
I just like when I went to get some coffee this morning, I was like thinking about this topic and what to choose. And I was like, but what would Guinan drink? I don't remember her ever really. I think once she had like a hot chocolate.
Yeah.
Well, when I was skipping
bourbon.
through stuff today, when Data was there, and she asked Data a drink she just made, and she was asking for his opinion, and then he goes through and just analyzes it as Data would. And that was interesting because she was actually making some drinks, so I thought that was pretty cool. I'd forgotten about that.
Zophyr said the one Picard gave her that was green. I'm trying to remember that.
Oh, Angorian whiskey or something like that.
Yeah.
Scotty takes the bottle and then
Angorian.
has it with Picard in the holodeck.
Angorian whiskey, yeah.
Angorian, yeah.
Yep.
As opposed to run.
I have a terrible memory for most things, but random shit from Star Trek apparently is just in there. I don't know why.
Me too. Well, that's what I was just talking about, Nate. Like, she was actually making that drink, and then she asked Data to try it, and he just analyzed it as he did. So, like we were talking about before, Joe, the botanist.
Yes.
Which I think is an awesome
Now,
drink.
that one doesn't have any bugs in it, right?
Aldebaran whiskey.
No, this is from Brook Laddie, so
No bugs.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
yeah. It doesn't have
all
any.
depends on what the It all depends on what herbs and spices they put in when they're distilling it that makes the flavor, right?
Yeah, exactly. Whereas these guys, they add some ants in it.
It's like the most Australian thing ever.
I know. It's so cool. I had to have it. I mean, I just had to have it. I'm like, oh, there's a green ant gin. Oh, I'm so getting that. I had to order it straight away.
This was the other bottle that came to mind. It was this big, clunky, tangular-looking thing. I haven't tried it, so I can't speak to is it strange or not, but it was recommended. It's a rye, so Adriana would love it.
Yeah.
And it's got this big cork at the top. Not huge, but again, the bottle, the shape itself, says it could be on there.
That's
it's got a weird
nice
curve
shape.
to it, actually. It's not quite
Right, yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, that's concave. It's actually going in.
Yeah, it goes in a little bit now. I hadn't noticed. It's a good
Now it's
holding
just
bottle.
making me want to peel the labels off of any nice bottles and keep those.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have a collection of empty bottles. People are gonna come in and be like, "What is that?"
That's a bit ridiculous.
Oh, there we go. We got a picture of
Oh, there we go.
the whiskey.
Wait,
it is green.
There it is.
Alderon whiskey?
Aldebaran.
Deborah.
Oh, okay. I was like, what the?
Aldebaran.
Did they do a
I can remember
reference?
Deborah,
That's what-
Eldorian, Gimthne.
And that was his response to Scotty when Scotty asked him what it was, and he was like, "It is green."
Yeah, it is green. He has no idea what it is. Because it was a special gift from Picard to Guinan. She didn't drink it, though, apparently. I mean, it was just sitting there, and they polished off half the bottle.
Yeah. Put them mean little bastards in a gin. They mean little bastards.
Actually, now I really do want to buy that gin.
Oh, it is. I mean, look at the logo on it. It's so cool. Look at this logo. It's got, it's all rounded off, and then it's got green ants. Look at that.
It's an anthole. That's what it is. Ant hill.
It's an anthole.
Ant hill.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
I would
mean,
try
I can't
it.
say-
I would not buy a whole bottle.
I can't say it doesn't sound interesting, but I can't get over the idea that I'm drinking something with fucking ants in it.
Well, then you've never drank mezcal, right?
I know, right?
Not directly, but I do have a whiskey finished in mezcal, so okay, maybe you got me there.
There's a problem with that, Dan. That's only with the stingless bees. Most native bees don't make honey. Like your blue-banded bees, there's a whole bunch of bees that don't make honey. It's only your European and your Asian honeybees that typically make honey. Unless you're talking about the stingless bees of Australia. But another bottle which is not only interesting, but look at the colour of that. I mean, if you take all that labelling off that's a pretty okay. And they make a whole bunch of colours. So
there's a school bus
Dead
bottle
Man
right
Fingers
there.
rum. Yeah, school bus colour. So this is Dead Man Fingers rum. So this is their mango, and then they do a pineapple, they do a hemp, they do a coffee, they do a spiced coconut. The coconut was the first one I got, and it's actually tastes like real coconut, not like the fake decadent, fake super fake sugary type one. It actually tastes like real coke, like you're bitten into a coconut with rum on it.
Sounds like a name they would come up with after having had too much rum.
Yeah. I mean, look at Dead Man Fingers. It's like
they're all
like
lying on the ground, completely drunk off rum. It's like, we should make rum. What should we call it? Dead. And then the other guy goes, Dead Man?
Yeah.
Sure.
That's a cool bottle.
What about Dead Man? Their fingers.
Shouldn't it be like skeletal hand?
Yeah, I know, right?
That would be really hard to do, probably. I
I think it
agree.
works well that way.
But like just skeletal hands in general, there's a lot of bones. It's hard to draw. Unless I wanted to do an X-ray of it, that'd be cool.
That'd be cool.
Would you like to?
Oh, that'd be cool. It glows through it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Although then it's not necessarily dead.
True. That is true.
You could touch it up a little bit and make it just bones.
Yeah.
Unless they just
Slow
like cut it
gauge,
off
don't
just
block
after the wrist. It looks like ended here blatantly. Like
Oh yeah. There
it's
you
all chipped and broken. Yeah, then Dead Man. Or someone just
Or
lost their
you
hand.
just have it's a clear bottle and it's just a hand with the
Stick it in the bottom of the bottle.
That's
yep,
the core.
sticks in. Yep, that'll look awesome. So, has anyone watched the trailer for Picard season 2?
I haven't yet.
I have not.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
I
Yes.
think Brian posted it.
I did.
Oh yeah, you
Posted it
did.
this
post
one. I
it,
just haven't
yeah.
watched it yet.
Yep. The link didn't work, but I watched it and watched a review
What?
and a few breakdowns of it.
Brian, did you watch the
Yes,
first season?
did.
I did. I watched all of it.
Okay.
Because I needed something to distract me from my life at that point in time.
Yeah. I like it, so. Except there should be
Yeah,
more
we know you.
pitbull.
It's Picard. I like
It
Picard.
needs more pitbull.
It did need more people.
Needs more people. Needs more
They
Star
bring
Trek.
him
but anyway, we won't get into that. So yeah, it looks like
I know.
Yeah, looks like they're
Go
going
ahead.
to do a time shift thing.
It's Q. Of course they are.
okay.
Q's just gonna come in and be like, "Hi, guess what?"
Yeah, at the end. Well, at the end,
Cutie,
because
human.
he's saying what's going on, what the hell's going on, and then you see 7 and 9 without an implant. So, and then in the Signia, it's upside down, so it looks like the mirror universe. So, yeah,
Oh, Christ.
Could be anything.
Yeah.
They can go in any single direction they wanted.
Yep.
I mean, the thing about Q is it gives you the freedom to literally do anything. So
True.
once you bring him in,
Yeah,
you
it's
can
like-
do whatever you want.
As somebody
like,
did say, when I
Mirror
was-
universe. Really?
yeah, as somebody did say today, towards the end of Q, when he was like by the time he got to Voyager, he was a nobody. They didn't really use him to his full potential. He was just an add-in. They didn't really have, because when he first got introduced to Q the first few times, he was super scary. You never know what he was going to do. He was, this omnipotent thing. He was not afraid to kill somebody, and even say that Picard, if you get your nose bloody or crawl home and hide under your bed kind of thing, this is the real deal. He was in your face, but towards the end,
in Voyager, there was a civil war, I believe, for some reason, and he wanted to have a child, and it's just. It's not bad, but it's like, why is he having these mundane problems that he could just, do that?
Yeah. Q Continuum, like omnipotent being? Come on. Yeah. So, hopefully, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see, but I
feel like just because of how they're doing it.
Yeah.
Just because of how they're doing it, there's going to be a little more violence and chaos.
It's going to be all that kind of crazy stuff, but I think they messed up the trailer. Instead of having, like, most people knew that Q was going to be in season 2, but unless you were in the Star Trek thing and reading all the news and stuff that comes out, that reveal at the end where you just see 7 and 9 with their implant, which went way too long on that shot, they should have had the reveal of Q at the end. Because he's a real well-loved character and real significant. They should have had 7 and 9 at the beginning. They should have flipped it the other way around and had Q, like, saying
stinger
hard, and then boom, cut it off, and you're like, oh, Q's back. What shenanigans are we getting up to now?
Yeah.
Whereas at the end, they just had her, and she's like looking at him, and they go like, and it goes way too long, and you're like, yeah, and she hasn't got her implants. Now what? That's meant to be. Ooh, is she dreaming? What is it? Yeah, not really a thing to make you want to.
I was just happy to hear Q come back and say Jean-Luc.
Yeah, exactly. That should have been right at the end. That would have been something to make you go, oh.
Yeah.
They put that right at the beginning, and then you're like, oh, and then you go, well, it should have been.
Yeah, I mean,
anyway,
I'll be honest. Them bringing back Q will probably get me to watch the rest of the first season, just because I want to see exactly what the hell they're gonna do with Q.
Oh yeah, I mean, I all opinions since Star Trek 2009, and there hasn't been Star Trek after that. But I'll watch it because John Delancey's in it, and I want to see if they completely destroy his character or they actually do something.
Nah,
cool.
I don't think they're gonna do that.
Let's see what happens. Yeah, I don't know either. They've already changed showrunners twice already in this season. Yeah. Anyway, so going back to the bar, I was thinking earlier today when I was thinking about this episode, I was like you didn't see too much in the original series. Obviously, we had 10 Forward, and then you had Quarks, which was quite prominent in Deep Space Nine. But in Voyager, we never really had anything, unless I'm forgetting something. I mean, you had.
No, I don't think they really drank much in Voyager.
No,
it's not that I can think of. It was
really
all.
any...
Well, see,
you saw the
actually,
cafeteria a lot.
Yeah.
Like the galley.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
it actually was the captain's official dining area at first, and then Neelix came in and was like, "Oh, we have this big room. I'm going to use it now." Okay, Captain Kitchen's just like, "Okay, I guess so."
Yeah, but it was kind of a shift because you have the first 3 series, the original series, TNG, DS9, where I'm not going to say they're alcoholics. There was a fair amount of alcohol around. You had bars in the 2 later series, and there were countless instances in the original series where someone pulled out a bottle of alcohol.
Lots of chocolate cake.
Yep.
I remember that.
Yeah.
And then you get to Voyager, and it's all coffee and cake. I don't think anybody on Voyager drank ever. I mean, granted, they were in the middle of the Delta Quadrant, and they probably couldn't really squander their precious resources on replicating booze.
The only thing I remember
Sorry, but you still
specifically
have a
bar
few-
wise, they had the holodeck where it was like an old Irish town of some sort.
Mhm.
That's it. They went to like an old timey bar place. That's as close as I got, and Janeway started to really like the digital bartender for some reason. But that's the only area I can remember where there was actually a bar setting.
Yeah. No, that's it. I was thinking today, I was like, they kind of got rid of the whole synthol, alcohol, bar, 10 forward thing in Voyager. It wasn't there at all. And then obviously
There was one other.
There either.
Well, it's funny because in original series they drank, but there
Yeah.
wasn't a bar, right? Like
No, there was
No,
no
there
bar,
wasn't a
but
bar. It was usually
they had bottles.
in the quarters.
yeah,
like,
someone had a bottle
Yeah.
stacked
Boy,
somewhere.
Yeah.
yeah, Bones would grab a bottle, Scotty would grab a bottle, or when
Ron
they'd
Ale.
go onto one of the stations, they'd get into a fist fight, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
There wasn't a cafeteria, and they didn't eat either, except in their quarters. It was really strange.
There was a cafeteria on the original ship. We saw it in the Trouble with Tribbles because the replicators were full of tribble.
Yeah,
I had plastic cups.
true.
I
That's
remember a lot of
true.
plastic
And
cups.
And the cafeteria trays, which were kind of out of place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uhura like plays that instrument and sings to Spock.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like in the cafeteria.
Yep.
But yeah, it's not like they're like as often in the cafeteria as you see in like
No.
Deep Space Nine. I feel like they're always, eating. I feel like Jadzia and Bashir were constantly having lunch or whatever.
10-4 was a great idea.
Yep.
Like just having that area where
Sure,
everyone
Brian.
could just stare out to the stars was a glorious idea.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
it's what you
that's
probably need if you had 300 or 3,000 people in a group that needed to break away from just being insane in their quarters, right? I mean,
Yeah, for sure. Yep.
I always go to the
And
holodeck and
even
think
in-
about how you're just in a box.
What I do.
Yeah,
And not
exactly.
just nine. You had to pay
Even
Clark for that.
Even on TNG, they would do in the cafeteria. They would sit down and talk about stuff, and you'd have
Oh, yeah.
bits and bobs. But yeah, they definitely pushed it a lot more in Deep Space Nine. But it was
Yeah.
none of that in Voyager.
yeah. Voyager Prohibition.
Yeah, I was going to say Star Trek went dry.
Well, one other came to mind when we were talking about Voyager. There was the old Irishy town, which came later on, but at the beginning or near the beginning, they had like a billiard place where they would go play pool all the time, and they had some kind of raffle going on that they got in trouble with at some point.
Yeah.
But
Tom
they didn't do a
Paris,
hell of a lot of
loved that.
drinking. There was no
Yeah.
bar. It was just that kind of setting.
Yeah. Tom Paris set it up, right?
Yeah, it was his. Yeah, he did a lot of the holodeck things,
Would go there.
and he got in trouble
Yep.
for some kind of gambling thing he was doing for rations, like ration tokens.
Docking.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, that was early in the piece. And then he did these Captain Proton thing,
Which
where-
was hilarious and disturbing all at once.
Yep. Captain Proton series.
I think my favorite part was when, for that anyway, was when the Doctor came on and he's all in color and everything is in black and white. Like, what is going on?
That's right. That was a cool series though. And they've actually done both of those guys have actually done they're going through the whole series and they're commentating on it and they're having guests on and everything. Yeah, it's pretty
Oh,
cool.
really?
Yeah, similar to what Nog and
Odo? No. Quark? I have no idea what we're talking about. I'm just throwing out characters.
I'm trying to remember the name of it.
Trying to remember
There's three of them. So it was Nog, and then before Nog passed, and Jake Sisko.
Oh.
Him. Yeah.
I was
And
leaning
then
towards
the other-
that.
can't
I was like
remember
Nog
his
and Jake.
name. Yeah. Yeah, that was a really good series, and they're still doing it now. And then they have Nog's wife on.
Ah.
And she sort of sits in his chair and everything like that. And it's pretty cool.
Oh, that's cool.
But they're diehard Star Trek fans, and they talk about, go right over the episodes and get right into it, and they'll pick a theme on an episode and dive right into it and have really great guests and stars.
So what you're saying is we need to watch all those and then do exactly what they did, and we'll be good.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I only just thought about that because I haven't watched them for a while, and I think maybe we should do something like that.
We were talking about doing that watch party, although I don't know if we figured out all the logistics for that.
Yeah, well, I think the easiest way to do it,
not to
because
break the
in here
rules.
No, we're not going to break the rules, because what we're going to do, we've got two ways to do it. We can have a private one where we can just watch it, but what we can do is we can have it running in the background that no one can see it and hear it, only us, and then we tell everyone who's watching the show when we're going to start, so we can start the show. So we can just commentate on it, and we can stop it and say, we're going to stop right now, and we can discuss that scene or whatever, and then we can keep working. Or we watch it beforehand, and then we just talk about it afterwards, since it's super fresh.
Take notes. Take notes while we sip our whiskey and be like, yeah, it's good.
Yeah. So there's a few options. So if we did an episode, because, it's only 40 minutes, and stretch it out.
The longer pause for Dan. Good night.
Say again?
Dan's signing off. Dan's
signing
signing
off.
off.
Cheers, mate. Yeah.
Yes. So I said, live long and prosper, and good night. I can't do the hand signal. I'm the outcast here who has to hold my fingers.
You're gonna have to learn. You're gonna have to learn to do that.
I've tried. It's just, I can't.
It's just practice. Just practice.
You use a couple of rubber bands there, Jim.
Yeah, it's a thought. I guess I'll try that.
Yeah, I like that.
I can almost do it with this. Do it with the left hand.
Duct tape.
That looks like a.
Together.
I'm not duct taping my fingers, you sadist.
Do it.
It's like you're doing something.
Is that gangster live long and prosper there, Coco?
Yeah.
This is actually.
Yeah, I was like that.
These two guys back here, they have. They do DFTBA, so don't forget to be awesome, and that's their thing is don't forget to be awesome like that, and it's both the hand signal like this, except like that, and it's just don't forget to be awesome. Close to live long and prosper kind of thing. I have a shirt.
Nice.
Hey guys.
G'day.
In Jim's place.
Welcome back to the whiskey world, or the Star Trek.
Thanks.
Whiskey world.
Went to start my computer, and of course, Windows is doing its favorite thing now, updating.
Love them updates.
So update every night.
Can't win.
That means my
lead technician onto that.
That probably means my mic won't work again for like another 3 days. So.
Hopefully not. Hopefully it actually fixes those issues. Yeah.
Yeah. So I pulled out, since I just got home, I pulled out a couple of bottles, I think, or 3 of them that I think are pretty 10 forward worthy.
Nice.
The Dunvilles, because look at that label. I mean, it's just, right? Work of art.
Yeah.
That's the PX, right?
That's the PX12 year, yeah. And then, of course, the classic Canadian.
That bottle is the perfect shape.
Yep.
That's the rival to my square bottle for the Scotty clip there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then this bad boy. Because why not, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, I knew you'd have to pull one of them out.
Comes in its own coffin.
It does.
Scotty
Like,
hiding that in his quarters.
if you have a small pet, it's the perfect box after they go.
So I actually, go ahead.
The JP Weiser's one just made me think of the Romulan uniform.
Oh, cool.
Like it has like really sharp shoulders, kind of thing.
Those 90s shoulder pads.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all like that. That's actually one of them that I'll be donating tonight, Adriana.
Woo!
The 23 year.
I thought you were going to donate a Romulan robe. I was all excited. I was like, all right, Romulan Road.
Romulan Road.
Ken's got his own.
Yeah,
That'd be pretty awesome.
Perfect. That'll be awesome, Donald.
Is it tonight or tomorrow that you're doing it? 'Cause
Tomorrow
I
night,
keep,
y'all,
I,
9
Welcome,
p.m.
Marcel.
tomorrow. So Sunday night.
Eastern.
Tomorrow. That's right, Sunday.
Yep,
All
what
right,
time?
everybody shut up and let her do her plug.
Do what?
Plug, do it.
Yeah.
Plug it.
So tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern, Whiskey Mountains channel. Tons of bottles, sample packs, unique prizes, kind of thing that you're not going to see elsewhere. All kinds of insane stuff. Freaking Mash and Drum's going to be on. ADHD Whiskey's going to be on. Bourbon Bites is going to be on. And it's just going to be a couple hours of every single donation will go to the Alzheimer's Association, which supports people who've just been diagnosed and like their caretakers, and gives them a lot of different resources, and also helps with research of Alzheimer's disease. So like, go there, try to win something good, and if you don't win, at least all of it goes to Alzheimer's. So
And also to the team, which is you.
Nice.
what goes to me? Oh yeah, my Alzheimer's team. Actually, this is one of my
Yes, your
shirts
team.
from
Yep.
raising it, because I've been doing the Alzheimer's walk for like 10 years now. So if you raise $100, you get a shirt. So you get a lot of shirts this year.
Okay.
So, science officer, do you know if ADHD is going to do a special Old Charter blend for this or not?
I don't think so. I think he only realized about it very recently. But it's pretty cool that he's going to come on, and he's been announcing it on his channel and stuff. So it's going to be good. But
Nice.
no blame for this.
And number one has just put in the link for it, so get that
Perfect.
link.
Thank you. Thank
Nice.
you, Mike. My computer freaks.
Awesome.
It's just been freaking out this whole time, and I'm not even having anything else open, so I can't pull up YouTube and drop links.
Yeah,
But yeah, it should be good tomorrow.
Isn't the technology wonderful?
Yeah, it is, isn't it? It's great fun.
No, Mike, not
Yes,
really.
Mike.
Oh, yes.
It's not the Enterprise. It's a USS Dramalots. And yes, we do have a cobbler. That's why
Yes.
my sleeps.
He's really behind in his work.
Yeah, I've given him a few to work on since we're still in space
I
dock.
mean, there was a joke in Deep Space Nine where they were talking about Garrett, who's a tailor, and they were talking to the Romulans, I think, and they're talking about him for some reason. I forget exactly why. And they say, "Oh yes, the cobbler," and they're like, "No, he's a tailor. Oh, we'll have to update our records." So they do have cobblers out there somewhere, apparently.
Yep.
Replicators do a crap job with shoes. That's
Wow.
all I can tell you.
Yeah, exactly. They're just in the completely different field.
All those away missions and those shiny little black shoes. I mean, it's got to happen, you know.
Yeah, that's right. Yep.
Yep.
And just think
And
of
an original
all that.
series with-
I mean, if they have a bloody librarian,
An original series with those boots. You know,
Yeah. Yep. All those
Mhm.
things you gotta walk around.
how else are you supposed to fight off Gorons?
Exactly.
your shoes are falling apart.
Yeah, so there's our ship.
Yeah, exactly.
If Shane Long's in the chat, hey buddy, you gonna finish this or what?
Yeah, I know,
I'm just
right?
kidding. I know he's busy.
So Star Trek Etsy is confirmed. Yep. We got to get on to
Star
that.
Trek
We gotta
Etsy.
get Star Trek. Yeah.
So I think we need some Star Trek slippers so when everybody runs out of boots, they can shuffle around the deck.
Well, that'd be
Red
nice.
alert.
I need some
Red
new
alert. We have
slippers.
5
I need
minutes
some-
left.
my
Red
quarters.
alert. 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Red alert. Right out. Yep. So we need some slippers for our when we're in our quarters. That'd be nice. With the logo on them. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. We'll have to get on
They
to
can
that.
be made from tribbles. It'll be great.
No, that would be the
Oh
best.
yeah, triple ones.
That's how we resolve the problem.
Yeah.
I love it.
Triple
I
slippers,
like that.
yeah.
Oh, well, we're cling on them. We don't like
But
triples.
then we'd probably have-
some triple slippers.
We don't mind stepping
You can
on
actually-
them. They don't bother us.
Actually, I I've actually seen triple slippers.
Hopefully-
I think I've actually seen them.
I feel like that's a thing.
Oh, there you go. Nate just said there are shuttlecraft and triple slippers. Yeah,
I feel
do
like if-
remember there are.
It's the internet. There's something.
Oh,
there's
wow.
everything all the time. So,
Yep, I remember years ago there was actually some triple slippers.
I
know you can buy.
I kind of wonder if in the 24th century there'd be like PETA.
Not for tribbles though. Tribbles would not be protected.
As in the brand or the organization?
they would have something like that. They would have something
The
like that, except it
organization.
would be more like a planetary thing, kind of with the Star Trek rules, where you're not supposed to interfere with them if they don't have, if they're not up to technologies. If they can't go into space yet, you're not supposed to mess with them. So kind of like those sort of rules.
Yep.
It's like, don't touch it, don't mess with it, leave it alone, don't eat it. Klingons, don't. Okay.
Oh, why not?
You could eat a tribble. Tribbles are a problem.
Well, didn't they? Yeah, well, the Klingons apparently waged
did.
an entire war
They
against
did.
tribbles
They wiped them out, yeah.
to wipe them
And then
out.
they brought them back from Deep Space Nine, and that's a whole
Yeah.
thing that they just never went with. That'd be hilarious if they just went with that tribble infestation problem. But it was just a joke at the end, and they're like,
that
funny,
would have
funny.
been, yeah.
Think of the nice long raincoat you could have with treble skin. I mean, that just
Oh
works.
God.
Oh, that'd be nice. Wouldn't it be nice and soft? Keep you warm.
It would be wonderful.
You'd look like a tribble.
That's exactly
daddy.
correct. The whole,
With that-
everybody on the whole deck would have this treble pimp daddy coat.
Well,
I feel like Quark would have one of those.
Ensign, can you make me some triple Ugg boots?
I'll work on it, sir.
Tribble Ugg boots.
Yeah, I want nice high ones with the nice big
Triple
fluffy
Ugg
bits that
boots.
come over. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, and instead of bearskin caps, we can have like tribble
Yep.
caps.
With the big long ears coming down to keep you warm. when it's cold.
Yeah.
Kind of bubble bath ribbon.
Yeah.
Are those robes going to be like blue, yellow, and red kind of thing? Are they going to be color coded by department?
We could do it. We could do that. Yep, let's do it.
You have
Let's
to
do it.
dye the fur.
Could
Yep.
do that, yeah.
Awesome. All right,
Not sure if
we'll wrap
that's-
this up
that's
before it gets too
uh,
crazy.
Indeed.
All right, so we'll
Going off
have a
deep end
little
with tribble stuff.
5-minute debrief afterwards. Yep, we'll have a 5-minute debrief afterwards, and then I might open the
Cool.
pub for a little bit so everyone can pop on in and we'll have a drink. ABS Hope hates you. What is
Yeah, because Ken doesn't want me to do any yard work today.
Yep, no
Nobody
yard
hates
work.
you.
We want to save you from that.
At least not last night.
Yeah, I'm saving you for that. You
Yeah.
guys saved me from it.
I'll put the groceries away and then.
All right.
Yep.
We shall see you all in a fortnight when we decide on what episode we're actually going to review. And if you'd like to become part of the crew, jump onto Discord. The link will be somewhere in there. Nightbot would have posted it. If not, type !Discord right now and you'll get the link straight to there. And then put in your application. There's plenty of positions. And you can jump on board and talk Star Trek. Until next time, live long and prosper.
Okay.